power of simulation is to put students in near real situations and develop their critical thinking skills. We wanted to take an opportunity to show you our new VentiSim respiratory care simulator in a couple of real-life situations and provide ideas of how it can be used. It's a multi-purpose tool that can add simulation both in a lab setting or in a classroom setting are some of the uses for doing it. And that's what we wanted to show you today, the flexibility of the system.
So we're going to run through one of the ventilator simulations. I'm going to give you the information about the patient, and I'm going to ask you the first question about the patient. And your physiologic screen for the patient's vital signs are here. And then if you decide to put the patient on the ventilator and you want to input some settings, this is going to be our ventilator screen. Okay? Hi, my name is Mike Hyland, and I'm the author of the VentiSim scenarios. We develop these scenarios to put the student in real life situations so that they have to make decisions on patients on the ventilator, and then they get to see the effects of their decision. Whether they made the right decision, the patient's going to improve in the scenarios, whether they make an intermediate choice where the patient is safe but doesn't improve to the level that we want them to improve to, or they may make an incorrect choice which could be harmful to the patient. I'm just going to give you guys this. Understanding that this patient's intubated and he's head trauma, which of the following choices would be the best choice? And then once you guys have made your choice, I'm actually going to have you input the ventilator settings on the ventilator screen. What choice?
Choice C.
Choice
Volume control.
C. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those in on the screen.
Makes you be able to think critically in a real life situation.
I feel like when I first entered the ICU, I was really nervous. And when I started to use the system, I felt more comfortable using the ventilator. I think it would be a good system to use for students who are trying to make a bridge into the medical field, just to be able to get comfortable with the ventilator and use those settings.
Now the patient is on the ventilator, and you can see the physiologic screen as well. So, are you guys satisfied with this choice? How do you know he has auto peak? Which graphic is showing you he has auto peak?
Flow versus time.
And what on the graphic is demonstrating the auto peak?
Not going back to the baseline.
Okay, so that the expiratory limb or the expiratory flow pattern is not going back to the baseline. Which of the following would be the best recommendation for this patient? Would you put them on A, CPAP mask of 10, an FiO2 of 40, B, BiPAP with 12/6, 50%, C, change the high flow nasal cannula.
What I really liked about the questions were that they challenged me and they really helped enforce clinical application of managing a patient on a ventilator.
Okay, so you guys really want B?
Yes.
Final answer? Okay, all right. So we're going to apply B, and here's your patient is now on the BiPAP, 12/6, with 50% FiO2. Okay. So at this point, now that the patient's been on the BiPAP, let's say the patient's been on for 30 minutes or so.
Do you want a blood gas?
Okay, so you want to get a blood gas. Here's your blood gas. Blood gas comes back 723 with a CO2 of 71, a PO2 of 60, bicarb of 34, and a saturation of 85. Okay? Gabby, can you interpret that blood gas for me, please?
It partially compensated respiratory acidosis
With
moderate hypoxemia.
Okay. Now, did the patient get better on the BiPAP?
No.
It's
Their
CO2
O2 did.
and
Their saturations, but that's it.
Okay. So, with that update, do you want to leave them on BiPAP or would you like some new choices? New choices. Okay, Steve. Some of the benefits of the VentiSim scenarios are that you can use this as an educational tool. You can do it in the classroom setting. You can do it in the lab setting. You can do it in small groups, and you can do it in large groups. You can have multiple discussions as you're going through the simulations. You can have the students do a lot of different aspects of taking care of the patient, like interpreting blood gases, calculating compliances, calculating airways resistance. You can also use it as a testing scenario. So you can just call up the simulation and then run them through a test, and you can see whether the student grasped the concepts from the education to the testing piece. One of the biggest benefits of simulations is to provide a bridge from the classroom and lab setting to transitioning the student to the hospital. We really want the students to be prepared when they enter the hospital to take care of patients. And VentiSim is the closest thing that we can provide to put the student in a real-world scenario.
It provides a safe atmosphere for debriefing, and in simulation, debriefing is the most important part, where you get a discussion going with the students, and we do think that this application really develops the discussion capabilities with the students. If you'd like to see a demo or have any questions, please contact us, and we look forward to continuing the dialogue.